Hey guys, I'm playing a few more of these 7-day roguelikes. This is Crypt of the Bone King. Now I have beaten this game before, but it's one of the best 7-day roguelikes I've ever played, and it's also pretty confusing. So I just want to show, how the gameplay works for people who might be curious. So what I'm doing is I'm looking for the way down. Now the interesting thing here is the spells that you're going to cast are the runes here that are lined up with your character. So it's going to be the opposite rune from whatever direction you're attacking. So if I'm going to cast a spell for the skeleton, it's going to be this spell down here. And that's the pushback spell I can see here, pushing back one tile. And because there's a wall here, this spell will actually do a point of damage to it. It should kill this skeleton. Yep, pushed into the wall and destroyed. You'll notice these little tiles stacked up around the edge of the map. Now when I drag this, it drags in tiles from the edge and flips them over. And that's how you explore the map. And the last tile you reveal, I'm going to move over here. This is the zap, this here is the rune for the zap spell, which is a pretty good way to just kill skeletons. The last tile you reveal is always the way down to the next level. Got me. What I can do here is, so every time you drag a column of tiles, you refresh all of the runes here. I'm going to use this activated spell here to heal from a bone pile. Yeah, I got a heart back. I do want to have... This is a good spot to be in. This is the rune for a zap spell that goes around corners. And usually, if your current spell won't do anything because there's no target for it, like if you have a spell that targets a bone pile or a spell that targets a skeleton, but then neither one of those things is in the direction you're pointing when you want to move, you'll just move, you won't cast that spell. The one exception is the zap around the corner, because it can't, where the pathfinding in this game for the zap spell, when it can rebound around corners, can't actually determine ahead of time what targets are available, so doesn't quite work. So that spell will always be cast instead of you there. Okay, so looks like this is the last tile. So when I move this tile down, there should be a little bone ball. So you have to line up the bone piles with whichever side you want to unlock it from. So if I drag this guy, can't drag a little further that way. Oh, so the reason I can't drag this row further is because whenever you drag a tile, so normally this tile here would go under this tile, but that can't happen because there's a little monster on it. I can drag this guy up. Let's see, I have to think to myself which will be an easier way. Probably easier to get bones over here because I can get that skeleton here. So I'm going to drag this tile under the block. Okay. One of the reasons I'm playing this... Oh, there we go again. One of the reasons I'm playing this game again is because I think there might actually be a secret ending to this. Because if you have played it and gotten... One good nice thing about this game is it gets progressively harder each level, going down 1 through 5, and level 4 is pretty hard to get down to level 5 from, but level 5 actually seems pretty easy to beat, which makes me think there's actually a secret ending in level 5. So we'll hopefully try to find that. So yeah, I want to get this bone pile here, adjacent to this this vault. If I slide this here, the vault's going to go under that stack. I can drag this here. Drag it here. It's going to attack me, but it's no problem. Oh, I should have, before I do that, I'll have to move this here. There we go. That's one way to do it. So now I just have to, so on my next turn, this is going to unlock. If I move, he'll attack me. So I can come up here, I'll make it through the lab. I'll take the point damage, but I'll be okay. And you heal up to 3 hearts every time you go down a level. Okay, gotta start exploring here. Yeah, so let's go over what some of these glyphs are. This is the polymorph glyph. It replaces an enemy with another random enemy. The different types of enemies in this game are all skeletons, and they have either 1, 2, or 3 hit points. And the skeletons without any armor on them at all are the ones that have just 1 hit point. So if you cast polymorph on either one of these guys, they'll become more powerful. So that's definitely a bad one to use at the early depths, but it's not too bad at, like, you know, depth 4 or 5 where there's tougher skeletons. This is a zap. This is a zap that penetrates through up to 1 wall. This will stun a skeleton. This one here will polymorph a glyph into another glyph. So if I can get up here and I can polymorph down to this, to polymorph the polymorph glyph, that could give me another zap, something else potentially useful. Anyway, I'm just gonna start flipping some tiles here. Okay, here's a guy with 2 hit points. This guy's gonna attack me next turn. Yeah, using spells in this game doesn't actually take effect. So I do that, and this guy hasn't moved yet, but this glyph is gonna be faded out until I move again. I am going to take a point of damage, but I'll be able to hurt that guy this turn. 2 points of damage. Oh, I can push this guy back into the wall, actually, so I'll be fine. Let's pop there, he dies. And under this stack should be... the reason I'm moving this row back and forth instead of just continuously pulling the row is because I want to be able to have them tile on the side of it by the time this thing appears. Because if it's the very end when it shows up, then it'll be harder to unlock it. But I think this shouldn't be too hard to unlock. There we go. Piece of cake. And I got 2 zaps, so I can do it easily. Alright. And head down. Let's see. I don't have a very good microphone, so I turned the music volume down on this recording. Hopefully you can hear the music alright if you have to turn your sound up to listen to me. The music is actually really nice in this game. Let me go over a few more of these glyphs. This is a teleport glyph. It teleports the enemy to a random unoccupied spot. We covered these ones. This is a bone explosion that causes the bones to explode around and do damage. I've never really found this one useful. This is a bone cursing glyph. So you can curse a bone pile. Anyone who steps on it takes 2 points of damage. The enemies don't have any AI that causes them to avoid the cursed pile, so this can be pretty good. Actually, and I said 2 points of damage, this will actually kill anything that steps on it. You can actually kill the Bone King in 1 hit, which is how I beat the the game last time. So this is actually a pretty good glyph, especially at the later levels. But these zap glyphs are king. Especially if you polymorph glyph and polymorph a lot of the bad ones into zap glyphs, you can do pretty well. Oh, that's interesting. I've never done that before. So you can push a guy off onto one of these stacked decks of tiles, and I guess that gets rid of them. I'm going to stay here with this usually I don't like it when the bone locks appear on the edge-facing sides of the board, but sometimes that happens. Here's a bone creation room though, which is nice. I'm gonna come down here, and I'm gonna create a bone right there. So if I can just walk over here, if I can walk to this tile and then create... Oops. Yeah, that's the thing. So there's no way in this game, I did it by mistake, there's no way in this game to control the difference between, or to specify whether or not you want to move into a tile or cast a spell if there's a valid target in that location. And there's always, any empty space is a valid target for that create bone spell. But all I have to do is come here, and I just have to, if I move any tiles, if I move this one here, if I move this column down, it'll unlock that. Bones right there. Hopefully people who are watching this are getting a handle of, getting a sense of how to play. First. See right there again, I wanted to move up, but I had to cast that spell. He gets a hit on me, but it's no big deal. Okay, 4 out of 5. So this is when it starts getting, it gets fairly hard on depth 4. Let me see, I don't see any zaps yet. And like I mentioned, I've never really gotten a use out of this bone explosion glyph. I mean, it might be worth trying it. No matter what I try to do here, unless I try to drag, it's going to make a pile of bones, which is kind of useful. You know, like this will let you heal from bones, so creating bone piles is always good. See, one thing I don't like about this game is you have to remember what was under each set of tile stacks on the edges. So like there's a bone healing spell under here. I don't necessarily remember that. I mean, this game's actually did a phenomenal job with this. There's just a few like minor UI things. Like it'd be nice if you could mouse over here and get some kind of indication that he was on top of the bone healing glyph. Let me just stun this guy for now. I think this guy stays stunned until they stay stunned until you move next to them again. So I should be free to just flip these guys now. Get a lot of skeletons. I do want a... Let's say I can create a bone pile there. See, that'll wake this skeleton up, and I don't have a way to kill him. There's the bone cursing glyph I mentioned earlier, which can be pretty good. I wasn't really paying attention to what was going on over here. I was just concerned with flipping these tiles. So, yeah, that's a swap spell. That'll swap my position with him, which won't really do anything. I should have been paying a little more attention here. I don't remember what was under these guys. Oh, polymorph. Okay, I'm gonna get that polymorph glyph, try to polymorph. This is like a poison glyph. It's not particularly... It'll basically, if you hit it with poison, they'll take a point of damage in 3 turns. So polymorph something else. Ooh, that's even worse. That's not good. This destroys walls, but it'll actually make it harder for me to move. Like if I try to move here, it's going to cast it and it's going to destroy this wall instead. Let's see. Was this the stun glyph up here? Oh, no, the stun glyph's right here. So if I go... I think if I go up here, this guy's gonna wake up and take a point of damage. But then I'll have access to the stun. I think this is... Oh, like I mentioned, that's gonna... Okay. Let me... This guy. Move here. I'm gonna get hurt. Now I can push this guy back. Oh, I didn't actually realize that until now. So if you push a monster into another monster, the target guy gets hurt, not... Or so the guy who gets bumped into gets hurt, not the one that you hit with the spell. Push him. Oh, God, the same thing happened again. Well, now I'm kind of screwed. I can move myself up. Now I'll be safe here, I guess. I'll push this guy down. Push this guy back. Just gotta find this key. The good news is there's a lot of bones around here, so it should be right here. Oh, nice, and it's already... I'm guessing there's another bone block on top of it, so this should unlock it. Yep, now I just have to get down there. Let's see, the good news is this guy is stunned. I don't know where the zaps are. Have I not been paying attention? They're probably under these tiles over here. Let me see. Well, I could destroy this wall. This guy comes up, and then just try to blast him and run down this little hallway. Hopefully no more guys spawn, so we'll try to destroy this wall. I can drag this up, make my life a little easier. And push you back. So they can move on top. Oh, this guy's stunned. That's perfect. Okay, so I'll drag this here. Oh, but I thought. Oh no, I made a mistake. God, I wish I had zap. I basically need to. Oh, okay. Wait, so if I drag this up here, then that skeleton there can't get me. I could move one right. That'll wake up this guy, and then on my next turn I can push. Oh, I can also heal from the. Okay, I'm gonna try this. I think this will work. What was that? Oh, that stupid wall destroying thing. Okay, I'm gonna move here. Okay, this guy just woke up. Okay, I can heal from this guy. Okay, this is not so good because I push this guy back, I get hit by him. If I push this guy, I only kill this guy, I don't kill this guy. So I push this guy down, I take 2 points of damage, they each hit me. I only kill this. I have to move here. And I was hoping that skeleton would stay there. God, I'm so close to the end. Unfortunately there's no walls. See, it would be really nice to have vertically running walls here. I keep destroying them. So I'm trying to move because of this stupid wall destroy cliff. So move. Okay, I can move this here, take a point of damage, and hopefully if this guy wanders down or left, or if this guy wanders left, it could be pretty good for me. Okay, I'll do this. Recharge my push. I was hoping it'd say cluster up there. These look super close. So if I try, whichever direction I try to move, I'm going to destroy one of these walls, which I don't want to do, so I'm trying to destroy these walls. Okay. If I could get down here, I really want to get rid of that, especially turn it into something else. Okay, I'll do this. That'll recharge the push. Maybe that guy will come up. Oh, actually, this might not be too bad. I push this guy out. Okay, so if I move here, and this guy goes a different direction, I can win. Okay, now I can destroy this guy because he's up against the wall. I can move here. He'll hit me. I can get bone heal. What the? Oh god damn! I hate that stupid thing. Shit. Yeah, one of the problems with the UI in this game is it's not you know, it's the two big troublemakers I think are the create bone spell and this wall destroy spell, where basically you always have a valid target, so it's extremely difficult to move out of those spaces without firing off the spell. And the bone one's not too bad, because like if you create a bunch of bones, that's great. You can use them for a target for other spells, but with this one, oh man, it can cause a lot of trouble when all your walls start disappearing. Okay, I think it'll be okay. I move here. I take a point of damage from this guy. Then I heal a point of damage. So I'm at 2. I have to move something to recharge this, which will mean I'll take 2 more points of damage if this guy's here and this guy's still here. I have to get, I mean, this destroy wall glyph is killing me though. I mean, if I'm completely aware of it though, if I was totally aware of it all the time, I could just always shoot left. Actually, I think I might have been able to win this game if I just clicked off here and fired the bolt nowhere instead of firing the bolt out here. I wish there were some zaps. Well, if I drag this down, there might be, I don't even know what's up here, so I'll just, there's another wall protecting me now. Push this guy back. If he goes up, actually, if I, oh my gosh, wait, if I just move here, he hits me. No, oh god, that's stupid. Okay, it's okay. It's okay, I hate that stupid cliff. Okay, I just move here. I take a bunch of damage. I move down. Okay, made it to level 5. Okay, that was gonna be kind of stressed out. Okay, so yeah, earlier I mentioned I think there's a secret ending to this Crypt of the Bone King, and the reason is, so in levels 1 through 4, the last tile you reveal is the little bone vault that leads down to the lower level. But on depth 5, the Bone King shows up right away. I think maybe even the first tile you reveal is the Bone King. And then if you kill the Bone King, you can get his crown, and then you become the Bone King. And I'm wondering if, and this is a pretty tough level because there's a lot of skeletons, and there are these armored skeletons with multiple hit points. So I'm wondering if there's something on the last tile that you can use to defeat the Bone King and get a happier ending, because if you just kill the Bone King and put his crown on, you be turned into the new Bone King. Is there a way, possibly, to find something else and maybe get a better ending? Let me see. So I'm not going to try to kill the Bone King right away when he shows up. I'm going to try to go to the last tile. I think, so, not spawn the Bone King. This is the zap that goes through a wall. That's probably the best glyph in the game. So I want to get in this column so I can get access to that glyph. Yeah, I mentioned earlier that when you get a polymorph glyph, it's good to try to polymorph it with the random glyph, but this is depth 5, so if you come across these skeletons with 3 hit points, it might be nice to be able to polymorph them with a skeleton with 1 hit point. I don't know, but it's probably always better to just, I'm going to try to do it this way anyway. I don't think this is a particularly good glyph. Okay, bone explode. I'll get another zap. Okay, put this guy up here, I can stun him. I can push it back. I want to get a really good one. I can't drag that up anymore. Give me something good. Oh, I was trying to drag it. I didn't. Oh my gosh. I was trying to drag this down. I wasn't trying to move it. Pretty bad spot right now. Ooh, a zap. So I have to stun a guy first. That was stun this guy. Oh, I'll stun this guy. Stun out here. Yeah, I've got the. Oh, there's the Bone King. Okay. Yeah, the last couple times I played and got to depth 5, the Bone King showed up really early. That'll wake this guy up. I can zap him now. Oh, this is a pretty good glyph. So this one turns a bone pile into an ally, like a floating skull that'll attack these skeletons. It could be pretty good. Create a lot of skeletons here, but I really want to find out what happens when you fully explore. When you fully explore level 5. Oh shoot. Is this the other? Oh well, it looks like there is no secret. That's level 5 is fully explored now, and there was no secret, just the Bone King. Well, it looks like I'm dead. No matter how I drag it, I'm gonna get hit, and I've got no spell to cast. But I did manage to fully explore level 5, and there is no secret. Yep, I guess you gotta kill the Bone King, and you gotta get his crown. The nice thing about level 5 is that you don't necessarily have to, there's no bone locks, you don't have to do some weird stuff to try to line the bones up. But yeah, you're basically dead here. I'll just try to, I guess that's all. Yep. Yeah, well, I encourage you guys to check this out. It's one of the best 7-day roguelikes this year, probably one of the best ever, actually. Vicious Orcs is probably might be my favorite of all time. That was quite a while ago, though. But this is definitely one of the best 7-day roguelikes. So please check it out. Crypt of the Bone King. It's a lot of fun. Alright, see you guys later. I'll do some more videos and some more 7-day roguelikes this year.